board?
Yeah. And
It
then
gets
does
too
my
hot.
shirt look okay?
Yeah, very white, thank you.
Oh good, I wore my best one just for today. So I've been involved in this work for the last 3 years, and really, I guess my turning point in terms of looking deeper into going into this ministry was I was working in a parish with youth and with young people, and I really love working with young people. But I started working out within myself that there was this kind of desire to go a bit deeper, and I realised, I feel like God was asking me the question, who are the poorest of the poor? Are you working with those who are the poorest of the poor here in Melbourne? And I realised that I wasn't, and I really wanted to challenge myself to go deeper and to work in a setting that I'd never worked in before. And so for me, working within a custody environment was where I felt that pulling and that drawing, and that I realised that I really wanted to experience what it meant for these young people who hadn't had the privileges of the young people in a parish setting, and even just the schooling and the family backgrounds where they have two parents that love them. In that kind of setting was where I wanted to go. Yep, I'm prepared to go deeper and to actually be stretched in a whole new way. Part of my role is supporting these kids in their school classroom setting. So what I do is I attend school program with them. So they have a structured day from 9 to 4 where they go to school programs. They have maths, English, PE. And so part of my day is spent being present to them. I call my work a ministry of presence. And so really I'm not going in there with the idea that I've got to tell them about God or I've got to convert them in the moment. But really it's being that gentle presence of Jesus in the moment with them, supporting them, encouraging them, validating them, looking for opportunities to celebrate the good things they're doing. And being on the court with them and being able to play basketball or table tennis. I've learnt how to play 13s, which is a card game. There's so many ways I find to connect with them, which is very different to my normal experience. But at the same time, I've learned that just sitting there and being there and loving them is where I actually am able to help them to unpack something of what's going on in their life. There's that deep trust. That's what I found over time, is that I'm consistent. I go in every week. They know who I am. They know what I stand for. They know that I'm here to run church services on Sundays. And there's purely that invitation to be a part of exploring who God is in their lives and being able to know that He loves them through me, through my presence. I guess the main one for me is that I know that these young people have committed serious crimes often, and in the setting or in the moment when they have been vulnerable and able to share their crimes or their stories of what happened to get them in this place in the first place, my natural response has been just to love them and to be non-judgmental. So what I've seen in myself is this shift of, there's no judgment. I'm not looking for explanations about why or how they got themselves into that situation. And I know that I guess my perception previously to that would have been, they need to pay the consequences of what they've done, and they already are paying the consequences of what they've done. They are paying the debt because they're incarcerated. And for me, the concept of mercy has changed because I've seen God's unconditional love moving me in the moment, where at times I feel like just hugging and embracing that young person in their vulnerability, because I've experienced something of God the Father's love in that moment taking over. And I know it's beyond the human level, but that it's actually through the prayer and being available for these young people, where I'm there to embrace them, to welcome them back into the Father's arms. And I felt that physically at times, where I'm able to put my hand on the shoulder of a young person, or I feel the tears welling up inside, because I know what that feels like, the pain of them being locked up in this place of guilt or unforgiveness towards themselves. Last week was an amazing experience that I had. On a Wednesday night, we started reflecting on the Gospels, and last week we brought the story, the calming of the storm, where the disciples are fearful and they're really scared for their lives, and yet Jesus comes and he calms the storm and he takes authority over the storm. And I asked these two young people that were in the group to share about what were the storms in their life and where they've seen those storms, and being able to see the difference that Jesus has brought into their lives. And this one boy was almost like busting to tell his story, and he went into his story of being in a high-speed police chase, and so he was driving 130 k's per hour, and the car spun out of control, and as a result of that, they had a major accident, and the passenger of the car in the car was his best friend, and he died. And so I realised at that point that I actually knew the guy that had been in the passenger seat, and that I had walked with a lot of the friends connected to this young boy's life, because last year when that happened, I was there to walk through the grief with these young people that knew this guy. So for me, instantaneously, there was a bit of shock, there was a bit of grief, a whole lot of range of feelings, but I just all of a sudden moved out of my chair and I came right next to this boy. I put my hand on his shoulder and I could just experience something of the deep pain he was feeling. And I looked at him and I said to him, God's unconditional love that God's love is so great for you, and despite what's happened, it must be really, really hard for you. But I know that God is there for you and that he's here with you in this situation. And the boy started to share about all sorts of things in his current situation, where he felt loved by the workers. He said that it's because of us chaplains that he feels like he's actually feeling good about himself and he's feeling like he can get through this. And we explored a little bit about working through that process of guilt that he's still feeling and experiencing in his heart and his mind, and that he's kind of caught up in this kind of question of why have I been spared my life but my friend wasn't, and that he feels guilty because he's dreaming still about this friend coming to him every night almost, and it's like he's plaguing him or harassing him in his dream. And I said to him that this sounds like it's perhaps not really a part of your true self and the true voice within, and that through a process of accompanying you, I'm happy to walk through that process of helping you to see what's the good spirit or the bad spirit, or what things in your life that you need to take on to help you to get through this process of letting go of the mistakes that you've made. And I guess in that moment I could see that his whole face lit up, and that I could see a joy within him, even though he just shared some really, really horrific stuff that had happened in his life, and that he was trusting me with his vulnerability, but he's trusting me to companion him and to walk that journey on an ongoing way, because he's going to be in for a very long time. So he's facing, perhaps he's saying to me, 1 to 2 years. He's already done quite a bit of time. And for me, I feel excited that I can walk with him through that journey and to reflect back to him the truth of who he really is, and that he's a beautiful young man, and that his past mistakes isn't going to hold him captive for the rest of his life.